we are clapping to the rhythm, clapping to the beat. It is simple to begin and it is simple to repeat. But the song keeps getting faster with each verse that we complete. The tempo marches on. We must face the fact our swimming arms are back.
Well, when I was 20 years old, so that's 33 years ago now, I was asked to lead playgroups for an agency that serves families with kids with special needs up in Evanston, actually. It was called Lecotech. It was a library, a play library, so like a toy lending library. And so they asked me to like do these weekly playgroups, and it wasn't long before, and I was singing songs, doing like classic finger plays, and it wasn't long before I picked up a banjo and started making up my own songs that were useful in the playgroups, and then they're songs that I still sing now. So I guess, 33 years ago.
We must face the fact our swimming arms are back.
So eventually I went back to graduate school. I originally was studying education, and I kind of learned about myself that I was more interested, one, in younger children than elementary at ages. And then number two, that I was really more interested, instead of teaching children, more interested in how they learn and how they learn, frankly, through play. And music is a great way to get everybody playing together, of course.
We must face the fact our swimming arms are back.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of endless, right? But I think there's a couple of things. One, the first thing is how hard kids are working. If you watch, you can see how hard they work when they play. And I especially see it and actually a lot of research these days is devoted to this study of like kids exercising like self-control, self-regulation, impulse control. And schools are very interested in this because they know that that's a predictor for school success, but it frustrates educators because it's not something you could teach, right? Kids have to develop it, and they develop it through play, is my point. And just play in general, but what I love about like my music play is when I do that silly sneezing song, and they're going, you can see, especially some of the boys, they want to go, achoo! But they're going, they work so hard to, again, like exercise that self-control.
Right.
That's one among many things that kids are learning through play. Right. That again, you're not teaching them, but they're learning, and then the adults are also there to sort of help them learn it.
Right. Right.
It's for me, it's so much fun to watch nonstop.
We must face the fact our swimming arms are back.
I mean, I don't have songs that are specific. Even that sneezing song, some kids, it's a self-control game. For some kids, it's a rhyming game. So that's the great thing about play too, and why instead of teaching, it's sort of helping them learn, right? When I go, please don't feed me black-eyed peas, and please don't feed me macaroni, and you'll see some kids, especially the older ones, go, cheese, they're guessing the rhymes.
Right.
If you were working with that kid, you go, what else makes you sneeze? And then, child, spaghettis, so again, it can go in different directions.
Right.
So what's great about the games is that they're open-ended for just all, there's so many things that kids are learning. It's kind of endless. But I do have one thing I do love in terms of like different songs, I do have songs that I specifically do as strategies, and today was a great example. I mean, the parents and caregivers that were here, grandparents, like the finger plays, you'd notice how they were doing like hand over hand, play with them. So I do have lots of games, or like a face the facts, where people do the kind of hand over. So I have a lot of songs that I know work well to engage the adults with the kids. And that's, part of the secret of getting grown-ups, helping them learn, right. Is just engaging in the play with them.
We must face the fact our swimming arms are back.
I do enjoy, today we did one of my songs called Spin Again. where they spin. It's a self-control game where they spin and then they stop. So it's a fast and slow game, and it is so much fun to see the kids like getting so excited about spinning and then they stop. Come on, do it again! I love those games. I also love at the end we ended with the songs I've been singing for years. Skip to my loo. I do stick to the glue, and it starts off as a game where they're stuck in glue, but everybody's hugging each other by the end. That's another fun one for me.
Great.
We must face the fact our swimming arms are back.
So many things. One, that this small interest that I had when I was 20 years old, I mean, I fell in love with these playgroups. And I'm sure that many people at the time, mostly my family, thought, he's not a very ambitious guy. Like, he likes playgroups better than he likes, a good career in teaching or a good, And what I guess one of the things that it's turned into be, I was so excited about, again, not just children, but again, watching the children and the adults, watching how the adult, not only watching what kids are learning through the play, but watching how the adults help them learn. And that was especially evident when the kids have special needs, because parents are doing, but it's true for all kids. So I guess if there's one thing that is that I can't believe that one, I'm still excited about it. that kind of is amazing to me, and that two, that that you can have that be your career. I've been super lucky.
We must face the fact our swimming arms are back.
They do my songs in story times, so they're used like purposefully. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm an entertainer, and I'm not. I mean, my songs are not on the radio. I don't have any kind of a commercial following. So most people who come here have never heard of me, but they know that when they go to story time, it's like, oh, that's the silly dance contest.
Right.